We made Corporation Counsel aware on April 3rd that Daniel Prude died at the hands of Rochester police officers. We sent a preservation letter that said, please preserve all records, body-worn camera recordings, and any other evidence related to this incident because it might be relevant to a potential wrongful death and civil rights lawsuit. It's outrageous that Corporation Counsel didn't immediately notify the mayor. If that's true, we don't know.
If it's true,
we don't know. On the same day that we filed the preservation letter, I got a confirmation from the Deputy Corporation Counsel that he received it and he would pass it along to the appropriate people. So he didn't say who that was, but hopefully in a system that works with proper oversight, that would include the mayor.
okay.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
The mayor said, well, the police chief told me that this was a drug overdose. On April 3rd, we told Corporation Counsel, and we asked him to pass it along to the appropriate people, that this was likely an excessive force incident and a violation of civil rights. Where somebody died, where a black man died at the hands of police. And she says that that wasn't elevated to her at that point, and she says that it wasn't elevated to her after the death of George Floyd 2 months later, but it wasn't elevated to her until August 4th? That's outrageous.
Right.
Now, we submitted our FOIA request on April 3rd. We said, give us the video. They ignored that request. We had to appeal that. We talked directly with attorneys from the FOIL unit at the city, and they said to us first, well, we can't give you this video until the Attorney General's investigation is over. And I said, actually, that's untrue. We've had this song and dance before. You've tried to hide videos in other cases, and they've ended up having to pay thousands of dollars in attorney's fees as a result of that. So, in this instance, instead of denying it, they hid the video. And they refused to give it to us for months. And when they finally gave it to us, all the excuses that they gave showed that was untrue. They could have turned it over immediately, and they chose not to. And that's why there was a delay in letting the world know what happened to Daniel Prude.
So what broke the log jam? Why do you think you finally got the tape?
I'm not going to speculate on the reasons that the city finally produced the video on August 20th, but that's when they decided to produce it. Thank you.
Did you say you spell your name for the record?
Elliot Shields. I work at a law firm called Roth & Roth out of New York City, but I'm a Rochester native. Elliot Shields, E-L-L-I-O-T. S-H-I-E-L-D-S, and Roth & Roth, R-O-T-H, and R-O-T-H.
So tonight, what's your biggest issue? That it didn't go to the level of the mayor, or is it something else?
I think that there are systemic issues at play here. The whole system failed. The whole system failed Daniel Prude on the night of the incident. The whole system failed in holding these officers accountable. The whole system failed in, apparently, according to the mayor, if we take her at her word, I have no reason not to. But, okay. According to what the mayor said, the system failed. The system failed either way. We didn't get the video. The officers, what we know is major crimes. The major crimes unit cleared the officers of any wrongdoing. They said these actions were appropriate and consistent with their training. If this was appropriate and if this was consistent with their training, that is 100% proof that we need to defund the police and that we need to dismantle this organization, and it needs to be replaced with something that protects the community.